Hey everyone, welcome back to another review. I am finally back to do a DreamWorks review again, after taking another break. I saved this in my Sony animation review on the Emoji Movie and all that, and I will say that that I basically took a break because I was trying to get the videos of the Nintendo shops and all that, not the shops, the online features before they close them down. And because I want to get as much footage as I could before, when it comes to modding and all that. I got some Mario Kart 7 stuff for you guys. Unfortunately, I did not get to the other games. I couldn't get my Wii U charged, and then, on top of that, I was very busy with some stuff and all that. Cleaning the house. I was cleaning my garage up because I'm trying to get a garage sale going. And then I also, not only that, but, I couldn't, find my other 3DS. I still don't know where the heck it's at. I've been looking for it. I literally cannot find it anywhere. I hope it didn't get stolen or anything, but I literally cannot find my 3DS anywhere. The one that actually has all my games on it. So, hopefully I can find it. But, I've been very busy with a bunch of stuff, so I have not been able to get a bunch of videos out. I've also been going through some depression and all that too, so, yeah. But, I'm back, though. I am back, and this time we're going to be talking about Shrek the Third. Yay! Shrek the Third. Yeah, Shrek the Third. I went from talking about one movie that a lot of people find bad, to now talking about Shrek the Third, which is another movie people find that's bad. So, technically the Emoji Movie was not supposed to be next. It was supposed to be Smurfs: The Lost Village, but I think I might have accidentally sold the DVD somewhere because I can't find it unless it's in my safe. I don't want to drag it out right now because I'm having a hard time, keeping up with some stuff, but I do plan on reviewing that movie down the road. But let's just say I got kind of scattered there and was thinking that the movie was on my 4-set DVD thing, that Sony Pictures Animation makes, but I guess not. So, we're gonna be talking about Shrek the Third. So, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. Also, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I post, I'm gonna be posting some stuff there. I just haven't figured out how exactly I'm gonna do that stuff yet. But I am going on there. So if you guys want to keep up with some stuff, I'll be on there. So, Anywho, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Let's review Shrek the Third. So, Shrek the Third. I have to say that I'm not really fond about the title. Why is it called Shrek the Third? Why not call it Shrek 3? Or, call it Shrek, I don't know, Shrek something, I don't know. Or Shrek goes on a journey. I don't know. They could literally call it something else. I guess calling it Shrek goes on a journey would be a little bit make it confusing for people because it's because he goes on journeys all the time. The second movie he went on a journey to Fairy Godmother's factory, and then the first movie he goes on a journey to rescue a princess and all that, so, there's all that, but, I don't know, I feel like calling it Shrek the Third sounds kind of funny, But speaking of the Shrek the Third, I am gonna say that this movie is probably the weakest of the three that I've watched so far. Well, this one, I'm not gonna lie, this one I actually didn't watch it right before recording this video, and that's because I am getting kind of behind on some of these recordings, and all that, and I'm trying to get them out, and it takes a while to, make videos and watch the movies. And technically, I saw it like about a month or two ago, so I was actually watched it at my mother's house. It might have been in February, so it literally has not been that long since I watched it. So and I'm not gonna lie, I actually want to point this out too. That I actually want to show you guys something kind of interesting, if I can remember, because I literally forgot to show this off the last couple of times. So I'm gonna make sure I show it off this time. It's really interesting but cool at the same time. So yeah, but I'll try to show it off at the end of the video if I can remember. But there will be something else I'll point out here in a second too. But the reason too why a lot of people don't like this movie is because of its humor. Its humor is kind of bad. It's good and it's bad. Like it's in the middle for me. Like some of it's actually pretty good, but some of it's also really stupid. Like really stupid. Like one thing I do not like about the humor is we actually see the king, Fiona's dad, aka Shrek's, father-in-law, die in his bed. Which, I mean, that's not supposed to be funny, I mean, it's supposed to be sad and serious. But they make it so freaking dramatic. Like, he dies, like, a few times, comes back, a fly goes on top of his eyeball. It's very cringe and very hard to watch. We get crap like that, and then, we get a bunch of kind of silly humor here and there, and then, like, I don't know, and then also we have the villain, a lot of people also don't like how we get Prince Charming back. Prince Charming, the villain from the second movie. Now, technically, I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't really the villain in the second movie. It was more so focused on the fairy godmother. He was a villain too, but he was more of a side villain, The fairy godmother was the main villain, She was the main villain, But in this movie, she's dead, so Prince, Charming he tries to take over the land and all that, after the king dies, and I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of people don't like them reusing villains. I personally don't mind this that much, because I feel like they actually give him a good plan. They give him a really good plan. What does he do? He gets fed up with people's bullshit, because, people kind of treat him like crap. I will admit, he is kind of a punching bag in this movie, which is kind of annoying, but, at the same time, he's supposed to be a villain, you're supposed to laugh at him, but, like, I thought they do kind of make him more of a stepping stool than anything else, but I do think he has a good plan, though. He goes to the villain club thing in the second movie, from the second movie where we saw, where we get introduced to Puss and Boots and all that, and all that. He goes there and he actually convinces a lot of villains and all that to team up with him to take over the kingdom. It's a really good plan. I think they all they have like minor roles in this movie. I kind of wish they had a little bit more to do, but I still think they're pretty interesting villains. I do. I think they got some interesting moments. But one thing that's really weird is we see Rumpelstiltskin in this movie. He's a completely different character, but in the fourth movie, he actually has a different design. I think he's the same character too. I think I could be wrong, but I think he's the same character. But he's in the fourth movie too. He only has like a screen, one screen second, and that's about it. But I don't know, I still find it kind of, I find it kind of weird how he has a different design. There could be more than one too. To be fair, there's like a bunch of big bad wolves and fairy tale books and all that. So it's possible there could be another one too. But I don't know, I just find it kind of weird how he has a completely different design in the fourth movie, but he also only has a screenshot, like one screen scene where Prince Charming's getting his name wrong, but yeah, I don't know, but there's things like that's really cool, and and all that, and we have Shrek, Shrek finds out that apparently, his wife Fiona is actually pregnant. You know, she's pregnant, so he's gonna become a father. Now this movie kind of focuses more on, you know, him being concerned. He's actually scared. Yes, he is scared. He is scared of actually having kids, and not because he doesn't want kids. And I mean, to be honest, it kind of came out of nowhere, but because Fiona was kind of shouting at it, you know, when he's on the boat and all that, you know. I mean, that's kind of probably a bad time to, you know, announce it when he's leaving her and all that to go on a journey, but I don't blame him for being scared. Now, I don't have kids of my own. I wouldn't want kids, but I mean, I don't mind little kids. I think they're adorable, but I wouldn't want, you know, actually to have some. But Shrek, you know, the fact is that, you know, he doesn't want to put his kids in danger and all that. And, you know, I feel him. It's very hard to take care of kids, and he's very concerned about it. And he has to learn throughout the movie that, you know, it's okay and all that. And he actually has a weird dream too. Like, it's a random weird dream where, like, he has a weird dream where he's dreaming about baby ogres and all that, and he's in a diaper. It's really weird and random, but it's also kind of funny. The one part I don't like, though, is where he's throwing up. Well, one of the babies is throwing up all over him. I think that's kind of gross, but otherwise, it's really not that bad, you know. I mean, Shrek's got some, you know, gross humor. He's an ogre, but it's usually not minor. The vomiting thing is kind of a little bit too much for me, but it still doesn't gross me out a whole lot, but it's still gross to watch. But it's also on screen too, only for a few seconds. So clearly the humor's kind of hit or miss, and then we get to, you know, the magic school and all that. I think it's a magic school. You know, I'm not even sure what kind of school it is, but basically King Arthur is supposed to be the rightful king because Shrek was, you know, doesn't want to take responsibility running a kingdom because, you know, I mean, to be fair, that would be kind of hard to do. So he wants someone else to do it, because someone else that can find a fitting for it. Because, you know, it's a really hard job running a kingdom. So he goes to find Arthur and all that. So we get quite a bit of interesting stuff there, and we also get some emotional moments with him, and, you know, him and Arthur talking, and there's stuff like that. But the thing is, though, is, yeah, the humor, like I said, the humor is kind of hit or miss for me. The humor is not the best, but I don't think it's flat out awful either. I don't think it's awful. I think some of it is pretty funny and all that. Like, I like the moment too where, like, Puss in Boots, you know, and Donkey switch bodies and all that. It's very random. It comes out of nowhere, but I really think it's funny. It's really, I especially like the wizard guy. I think his name's Merlin. I think he's really funny. Like, he's really funny, and I mean, Shrek still has, you know, his iconic, you know, lines he has and all that. It still feels like Shrek, but you can definitely tell it's definitely feels weaker than the other two. But I don't know. But I will say, though, I do also like the you know, scenes with the princesses and all that, teaming up with Princess Fiona and breaking, you know, helping Shrek break out of, you know, and all that. It's pretty nice and all that. You know, so I mean, there's a lot of, you know, potential in this movie and all that. But yeah, I don't know, but I still think it's a really good. It has a lot of good stuff to it and all that. And I will say right now that this you know, this movie with the princesses and all that, it is way better than the Disney movie we're going to talk about. I'm not going to tell you guys what Disney movie it is, but it came out years later after this movie, but it actually kind of ruins the princesses a little bit. This one, at least, you know, they do a good job with them and all. They actually serve a lot of purpose. But yeah, I don't know. But there's a lot of that, and, you know. But yeah, they do a really good job with them, at least in this movie, unlike the Disney one. But yeah, we'll get to that one later. But yeah, I don't know if I have a whole lot to really say about this movie. I still think it's really fun. I don't think the humor is the best though, but I do think there are some emotional moments, and I really do like that Shrek actually does get scared. Yeah, but so even ogres get scared sometimes, which is pretty cool. Despite there's actually one like short, or it's not really a short, it's a mini movie where he doesn't get scared, where the characters are telling stories and all that. Like even though technically he got scared in this movie, I don't know. It's still it's still really nice to see we see something different out of Shrek, but yeah, but I do think it's it's still good, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and say this movie is definitely a good, but in my opinion, it gets a 74 points. Yes, 74 points. This movie is it's good. Like I said, it's still good, but it's definitely a really low good. I feel like it still has a lot of problems with it. Like I feel like the humor is kind of hit or miss. I still think there's some stupid, unnecessary moments in it. Like we don't need to see the king, have a fake out death like 3 times and all that. That's very disturbing, especially the whole flying on his eye. It's very freaking disturbing. And then we have, I think the villain, although I think Prince Charming does have a very good plan and all that, I don't really like how much of a butt of a joke he is in this movie. He's kind of just a butt of a joke. But I still think, this movie still has a lot of really good stuff in it. I do. I still think it's really good, and, I still think, I don't think it's the best movie out there, but I don't think it's as bad as people are saying. But yeah, I do think, like I said, there are some problems with it. And I think some of the moments are ruined a little bit by humor and all that. But I still think I still like hearing Shrek's iconic lines like when the wizard guy offers him a bowl of rocks, and he was like, no thanks, I just had a bowl of them on the way here. That was pretty funny. I mean, they still have a really good lines for Shrek, but I still don't think it's really the best Shrek movie. But we'll just have to see how the fourth one is. The fourth one we're going to be watching later on. We'll see how well that movie is. Because honestly, I've seen that one, but not for a little while. So I kind of want to watch it again and see how it is. But yeah, this movie's still pretty good. I still like it. I just don't think again it's as as good as the other ones. But before I do let things go, I need to show you guys. I want to show you guys something actually pretty nice that I have. If it's in this case, I think it is though, because I left it out. But if it's not, I'll put it back and all that. Let me make sure it's actually in this one. Oh, it is. It is. Okay, before I let things go from here, I wanted to show you guys this. I could wait to show this off later, but, I'm like, I don't want to forget it again, so. But see this Shrek DVD here? The Shrek 2? I didn't realize that it wasn't in the Shrek 3 case. I was going to say, well, the first time around, I was just going to talk about it right off the bat, but I forgot, and I think I don't know if I was going to mention it in Shrek 2 and forgot, or I decided not to do it because I was going to show it off in Shrek 3, but you can see how it's this case and all that. But if you open up inside, look at this. You got Shrek M&Ms, and they're called Swamp Mix. Swamp Mix. That's really funny. So Shrek has his very own M&Ms. But I wanted to show this off though, because technically it's really hard, like really hard to find all this stuff. But it is. I think that's about it. But I just wanted to show that off because it was kind of interesting. But Shrek is like everywhere. Well, he was everywhere back in the early 2000s. He even had his own. He had his own like Shrek M&M, so he had everything, But I just wanted to share that because I thought that was kind of cool and all that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I really think it's kind of weird. It's kind of cool at the same time. You guys know what I meant by weird. Like it's just weird, random sour M&Ms. I don't remember if I've ever tried them. I think I saw them in the stores, but I don't know if I tried them because I really don't like sour stuff too much. So I don't think I ever tried it, but yeah, it's really cool and all that, and I have that on DVD and all that, so that's pretty cool, because if you buy a lot of DVDs, they don't have that stuff in it and all that, because usually people take them out, I think, and keep them. I mean, sometimes you'll find that stuff in DVDs, but not always. Sometimes you just have to get lucky with it. But I had that DVD forever, so I don't remember when I bought it, because I had to rebuy most of my DVDs because we were robbed back in the day and all that, so I had to rebuy. Some of them I didn't have to rebuy, but that was, I think one of them I had to rebuy. So the fact I found back when we got robbed, that movie came out. That movie came out in that one came out in 2004. I think we got robbed so actually it would have been a couple years, but I mean, to be fair, also Shrek was still kind of big then too, so because I don't think Shrek Shrek 4, the fourth hasn't come out yet, or whatever it's called, but yeah, I just wanted to share that. I thought it was pretty cool, but anywho, guys, now I got that out of the way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that little thing I wanted to show you guys. But anywho, see you all later, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.